Recon Full Cup on the Wednesday. Woo! Well, that is a surprising turn of events. Yep, Raynor is out. That is the end of Raynor. This is a single elimination tournament with no seeding, which is why, well, no lurkers. It was a little bit hard to get lurkers there, mate. I'm sure he would have liked to have a couple lurkers against a bunch of blink stalkers, but
Yeah, how did you guys meet each other?
Actually, this dude is my fanboy before the
Oh, really?
whole party. I like you.
In tournaments or in the stream?
Stream.
Just say, go to stream, yo, 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 yo.
He told me every day, came to my stream, and then, oh, yo, 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 every day just.
So Kreese with the The timing of that. Well. Hello, chat? Let's just let this one go here. And welcome to the ATL Season 3, Week 5, the last mainstream match. We are doing a surprise weekday match broadcast. It is, I don't know, I just kind of felt like doing it. That's literally the only reason. I had off work early today, and so I figured, you know what, why not give the people what they want, which is more All Things Protoss Team League action streamed on the mainstream. And that is exactly what I'm here to provide, because I am the savior of the people. That is what I do. And I don't have music going. Where's my music? Why is the music not going? Oh, it is. Okay. Anyways, we've got some excellent games going today. We have Raynor's Ruptors going against Itty Bitty Banana Committee. Raynor's Ruptors, of course, is my team. Itty Bitty Banana Committee is, of course, not my team. But we do have some interesting things that could be happening, provided that these matches go a certain way. So, let's take a quick look-see. Get fucked if you got spoiled. We have a very interesting situation happening here in Group Letter B. Right here, as the current winner of the group is the Itty Bitty Banana Committee. So for them, this match doesn't really mean anything other than if they win it, then they get to have sole possession of first place in the whole league, as they would be the only team to have no losses. But the more important and much more interesting thing here is the fact that Raynor's Ruptors, my team, is currently right here in the middle with Frogify on the tail and Supply Block Heroes right on top of it as well. So we are smack dab right here, and basically the situation is, if we are able to take 3 map wins, not even win the whole series, if we just take 3 maps, we will clinch the Deciders match qualification. If we do not get 3 maps, then that means Frogify Ribbitellion comes back from 0-3 down after the first 3 weeks to then barely qualify in the end and take spot number 3. So that is the situation that we have going on here right now. The Raynor's Ruptors need exactly 3 wins, no less. More if they would like, but no less than 3. So to be able to actually qualify further into the season. If they do not get those, then they're out. So that is the fun little situation that we have on our hands right now. And what is so interesting here on the left side, though, on Group A, we're going to also have the Goober Strike Back versus the Kitty Cabal, which is going to be happening later after this broadcast on Bullmilge's stream. So I will not be doing that, but he will be doing that, which will also solidify the standings of Group A. So we're going to get all of the everything today. We're going to get every single result today, as I am currently watching Trap on my other monitor get dumpstered by an Adept and Oracle. We will be seeing every single result today happen after everything's all said and done. So that's going to be that. And so, yeah, without further ado, let's throw it on over to our wonderful analysts over here, which one of them is actually going to be that person in question. It is Mr. Bullmilge, who is on the Itty Bitty Banana Committee as well. So welcome, you two. Hello, Angrath as well. Welcome back. I hope you're feeling wonderful today. Committee. So true. Itty Bitty Banana Committee. Let's all start by saying that 3 times fast. Bull, go ahead first. Do it.
Itty Bitty Banana Committee, Itty Bitty Banana Committee, Itty Bitty Banana Committee.
Very good. Angrath?
Itty Bitty Banana Committee, Itty Bitty Banana Committee, Itty Bitty Banana Committee, Itty Bitty Banana Committee.
Excellent. You guys have all passed the qualification to get onto the broadcast. Excellent.
This is a
Yeah,
this is a
I
serious
like
team
it was-
league, by the way.
You know,
Yes.
it was an extension prep from us.
No problem. This is like the whole like unique New York thing, right? That newscasters do. Angrath, what are your thoughts about our wonderful match that we have in store today? The first actual game is going to be Rombuzz versus your bro Chris, which should be very interesting. So what are your thoughts coming in here today?
My thoughts about the entire match is I'm gonna probably commit Luolis if Itty Bitty Banana Committee manages to absolutely dumpster Raynor's Raptors. But
Wait, what'd you say
at the
about
same time,
Lolis?
I would commit Luolis.
Oh, I see. Nice.
Because that was we needed 5-1 to advance, and if they actually do 5-1, it would be extremely painful. Because we are idiots and managed to fuck it up. But whatever.
Wait, what team were you on?
Corsair. Like, we needed to win, and
Oh.
if we won, we needed a 5-1 from Itty Bitty Banana Committee.
Oh, yes. You guys are just absolutely fucked. You guys are last in the league.
Yeah, we absolutely trolled it.
Yeah, you guys got
I'm proud of it.
boned. Wow, how the fucking mighty fall. Isn't that insane? Holy crap. I didn't realize you guys were actually last place. That's wild. Going from the finals 2 seasons in a row to literally last place. Does this mean that Ardent was really the glue to the entire organization back then?
No, I don't think
no.
it means that.
He wasn't on the team last season.
Oh, he wasn't last season? That was first season?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he was first season.
Who was on last season?
And
It was
Iberi.
Eber. No, but like in total, like it was Heroku,
Haruko,
Ardent.
Azura,
or not-
Shiny,
sorry, Azura.
Wave
sorry.
Captain.
Shiny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Haruko,
Shiny and
Azura,
Wave Captain.
Shiny, Iberi, and Wave
I'm
Captain.
so sorry, Azura, that I just confused you for Ardent. That's my fault. Both starts with A, and that's all that I. That's
Literally
literally the only
French.
thing. Anyways, what am I saying? Sorry, I'm literally watching Trap versus Classic as I'm talking to you, which is probably the worst thing I could be doing. But
I'm literally doing the same.
yeah. So, anyways, somehow Trap is actually in this game. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the ATL Season 3 Bull Milja. What do you expect here for our match against each other, but not literally us playing?
Yeah, so the games today are notable, not just because of the playoff implications, but because it represents the opportunity for the IBBC to go 5-0. And it's also worth noting that the team captain of the IBBC, Heaven, was actually the captain last season of Macaroni and Cheese, which was the last place team in ATL Season 2. Now, literally 10 of those map losses were because Slip slept for 34 days straight and never played a single game that he won. So it's, I think very clearly we have to give them a significant amount of, understanding and empathy there.
Yeah.
But this would be quite the turnaround if IBBC can turn it off. Turn it around, rather. Pull it off.
Turn it off. Yeah, they just flip the switch and play like absolute dog water. Let's do that.
But if you look at the matches themselves in this particular week, Bull versus Grubenhuber, that might even honestly be a Bull 4-0. Realistically, he's just going to absolutely smash. Not even a chance. And then similarly, Smurf Kua versus not even just Makoto. Let's say anyone on Earth. That's a Taco 2-0. Your bro Chris versus Rambuzz. Terran Cheeser versus Protoss. Need I say more? Bananas 6-0 today.
Damn. Goddamn. All right. I don't really have many things to say because I'm not playing, but I will just say that my team is goated as fuck, and that's it.
I mean, I only know that the Banana.
Oh my god,
Committee is
Trap
already...
won that game. That's insane.
Holy shit,
I
he
can't
actually won.
believe he won that game. He was down. He lost like
Actually
6 probes at
manhandled
minute.
Classic.
He had like 14 probes or
He
something
lost.
like that.
He lost like 8 to. Or
Yeah, that's
he
wild.
lost like 10 to Oracle to the.
That's insane. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Anyway, back to
about
the
this
main
team
line.
league.
So we already know that Itty Bitty Banana Committee is 2-0 up because Taco is playing, and we all know that Smurfka is not losing a map. Like,
So
it's
true.
impossible. He's he's Smurf queuing in this league. Like,
Okay.
like bananas are already 2-0 up, so not negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
And like, wait, is Bulgogiman playing? Yeah, he
Yes.
is. Well,
Yeah.
or was playing. Anyway, usually I would say Bulgogiman should 2-0 Gruben, because I believe in him. But since we are on the analyst decks together, then I'm gonna say that he loses 0-2.
Bold.
Joke's on you. I'm actually predicting 2-0 Bull.
Gemini pay attention to literally anything anyone is saying on the broadcast while Trap is just existing somewhere else in the world challenge.
Guys, I need to find what. Okay, sorry. Anyways, yeah.
Gemini is absolutely drooling over Trap's performance right
Yeah, this is great and all, but I'm gonna go talk to Luolus instead. I will see you guys later. Thank you very much for your thoughts. As we are gonna go to Luol. Oops, I muted myself. Luolus on the caster desk. Hello, Luolus. How are you doing?
Chill, I guess.
Excellent. That's beautiful. I'm very excited for this match as, of course, my team is playing, and you must also be excited for this match because it is StarCraft 2, and that is the thing that you love the most, and definitely provides you a very healthy lifestyle. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I mean, StarCraft 2 is still fun to watch. I just hate playing it.
Yeah, for sure. I get you. Any thoughts into the first series here, or should I just throw it to the team intros?
Nah, not really. Let's just see how it goes.
Beautiful. All right, without further ado, let's introduce the teams. It is going to be Raynor's Ruptors against the Itty Bitty Banana Committee. All right. I thank you, Luolus, for not talking during that at all, because I completely forgot to deafen myself, so you would have completely interrupted the whole cool intros if you did. So thank you for being quiet. I appreciate that. And here we are in our first map of the day. It is going to be spawning on the bottom right-hand side of Golden Aura, playing for the Raynor's Ruptors in this PvT. It is none other than the bee himself, Rambuz. And top left-hand side, the Proxy Marauder, Proxy 111, Mecher, and every other cringe-ass shit you can think of player for the Itty Bitty Banana Committee. It is your bro, Chris.
Yeah, let me just AFK for like 2 minutes. You can handle it for the meantime.
Yep, there. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Luolus. That's totally fine. Great. Anyways, this is going to be an interesting match, I hope, as both teams have a lot at stake. My team with quite a bit more at stake, though, than the other. So it would be much better if my team wins this match than anything else. So that would be really cool to see. As yeah, we'll see how this ends up going. Obviously, Rambuz quite aware of the shenanigans that Orbro Chris does like to throw out, as we did kind of talk about that as well leading up to the match. And I am... what was I saying? Oh my god. Rhombus, what is this wall? Rhombus, you don't need... What? Well, thank God it's not a Reaper, but Jesus Christ, Rhombus, you can just put the pylon here and then boop bop, and that's all. Come on, man. We also got a late pylon. Oh no, did we go Nexus first? Did we go Nexus before Cyber? Is that what we did? Why is that pylon so late? Anyways, I guess this is pool 3, so you know. All right, a 2-1-1 question mark? Is that what we're going to be seeing here? We've got a lot of Marines coming out and a second barracks and a factory. Very interesting decision. There's the Twilight Council out of Rhombus as well. After scouting that it was a Marine first, deciding to just plug up the hole anyways, just to have fun, even though it could now easily get targeted by the low ground, so that's always very nice. We'll see if that ends up coming into play, and if it does, I'm going to be really upset. So yeah, it's just going to be a normal blink opener, assuming out of Rhombus, whereas, like I said before, oh, it's actually a tech lab coming down on this factory. So are we going to have one of those weird-ass super marine tank all-ins with SCV pulls really early? Because that's what this looks like right now. Oh, don't finish that, thank God. All right. These Marines are in a pretty nice spot to be able to push this Adept away. I kind of like that out of Yorubro Chris, to be honest. The fact that he's got no bunker is wild, but he does have just so many Marines, so I guess it doesn't matter. And yeah, it looks like it is going to be one of those early tank all-ins kind of a thing, so he's just going to make a couple tanks with these random Marines, pull some SCVs, and probably send it across the map, and we'll see if Rhombus has anything to deal with that.
Alright, I'm back. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem at all. Welcome back. Now you get to talk for 3 minutes while I go AFK. I'm just kidding.
Okay. So we're seeing Chris go for the concussive shells first, which is pretty interesting. It's some sort of tank marine one marauder push with, I presume, an SCV pull. I would at least hope for him to pull a couple SCVs if he really goes for it.
Yeah.
No third base yet for Rhombus. I think he realizes that he probably doesn't want to take it if Chris is going aggro like this. And yeah, there's a couple SCVs coming. And this push really... well, I don't know obviously, but I feel like this push is more of a cancel the third and the trade well push than a straight up kill push. But on the other hand, this is pool 3, so you never know.
So true. Yeah, we literally never know what is in these players' brains, to be honest, as I'm pretty sure Chris is definitely trying to do some more damage than just deny a third here. Especially because he's positioning in the middle of the 2 bases, and we'll be able to do so. Yeah, the concussive shell first is very interesting for the singular Marauder, I would say. That's definitely interesting. The tank also unsieging for a second there could have gotten jumped on, but Rhombus not quite taking advantage of the situation. We'll just decide to wait it out and then walk into the tank range anyway and blink under it. What the fuck? That was crazy, but I guess we do have battery. I would have liked an overcharge there, but we don't. Actually, we do.
We do have energy. He had no energy. That's
we
why
had it in the main.
Was like failed. Because if he had an overcharge, I think Rhombus just completely destroys that.
Yeah, he did have one in the main. Actually, he had enough energy towards the end.
Can you overcharge from the main to the natural?
Oh my god. How fucking long did you play Protoss for? Holy shit, yes, the answer is yes.
What the fuck?
It's like Chrono Boost, dude. You can do it from anywhere.
Okay, I genuinely thought that it was like a building.
That was, I'm pretty sure it worked like that for like 3 days after it came out, and then they changed it.
Okay. Well, here's Rhombus sniping the tank. See, this is why I think Rhombus is still fine, because I don't think Chris's build is like particularly good for killing someone. That's why I thought that it was gonna be like a third base snipe kind of thing. So Rhombus is getting some nice value here. The problem for... Ooh,
it's a pretty wild blink. Yeah, he's got 3 Immortals behind this, though, so I think he's still fine. Another blink forward as the tank unsieges. We'll be able to catch that down, and this is looking very good for Rombuzz right here. I would love him to just immediately be dropping down to 3rd behind this there. He does do exactly that. Very nicely done, Rombuzz. As the Marines and Marauders are running back home to help defend a random Hellion in the mix as well, as that was totally a fat finger and couldn't be anything else, as there's... it was pretty sure it was still on a tech lab when he did that. So yeah, I mean, this is still looking a little bit awkward for Chris, obviously, as the whole tech, everything tech-wise is a bit delayed for him. Does still have a 3rd CC coming up, which is very good, and I would love it if Rombuzz does not sit in tank range, as Harston once told me it is a very bad thing to do. Going into charge and Prism afterwards as well, looking like he'll be able to round this out in a decent way to hopefully find a good win in this mid-game.
Yeah, I think one thing here is I don't actually hate Chris's position. He has upgrades coming, medivacs coming, he has the 3rd CC ready, and Rombus doesn't have a forge right now. Oh wait, no, he has one. He just started +1. And Rombus is equal on workers with Chris. So the pressure, I think, worked quite nicely. Rombus, I think, forgot to build probes like he is now. Holy Hit is probably molding at home. If he was watching this, that is.
I mean, to be fair, I would be I'm unmolding watching it too. He's just sitting here on 51 probes for no reason. Getting the CC would be... That's an insane blink to try and get the CC, which I think actually ends up being fine, because he's only going to lose he loses quite a few stalkers, but killing the 3rd CC is wild.
I think Chris has to do pressure now.
Oh,
he
yeah.
has to attack. Oh, he's pulling SCVs. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that is an insane play, which I don't really mind at all. The fact that he's still making a 3rd CC while doing this, though, is very interesting, so I feel like he needs to choose one or the other. As that is a lot of minerals that he's not going to be able to put towards any any reinforcing units here. We're going straight into Storm as well as Rombuzz. Would love a couple Archons instead right here, maybe. Because now the push is coming in.
Nice mind hit there. The SCV is doing a good job tanking, and this is where the problem for Rombus is. He has no AoE right now. The Immortals are at the front. They're not shooting at the Marauders. New Zealot Warping does help out a lot, though. I think Rombus is going to be fine eventually, as long as he just keeps producing, and stays at the batteries he has. Chris really trying to force his way through, but he just can't.
I mean, it's actually kind of close for a bit there, because the bio was able to stutter step back away from all the Zealots, and the Zealots just were eating all the SCVs. So the SCVs were doing exactly what they needed to, just completely meat shielding for the bio there, and so the front line of Rombuzz did get shaved off pretty easily, but the back line was just barely strong enough. With 4 Immortals, it's very difficult to actually kind of, you know, push through that, like you were saying. And now that Storm is completed with this, I think it's going to be pretty difficult for Chris to get some decent engagements here, especially without Ghost Tech online whatsoever.
Yeah, there also was a mine drop before the push in the main. Rombus had practically no reaction to it, but somehow Chris only managed to kill 2 probes with it, which is not ideal. Now Rombus coming in with the charge lots. He's attacking the Mines Aren't Furrow, feedbacking a medivac actually. Does he not have energy for Storm? No, he doesn't. He worked in the High Templars, and then he pushed, but he doesn't have energy yet. And now the drop in the main, this is actually... Chris is really pulling Rombus back. This is actually really hard for Rombus. He doesn't know what to do. Recalling to his 3rd base now. Oh no!
Oh man, if he had just waited like 2 seconds, he could have actually been able to recall back to the main instead. Now gets all of his production facilities depowered. Luckily kills that medevac with the last shot from downtown. Excellently done to be able to do that. So it does at least kill quite a few units for it, but I mean, the job is done by Chris to delay Rombuzz and force him home so that way he does not immediately die. So that is still pretty decent for Chris. It's kind of insane, just the production of Rombuzz in terms of the workers here, because I feel like Rombuzz has been in such decent spots and ahead in very many moments, and then just doesn't actually make workers behind it to then further that lead. Like, I feel like we could easily be at 70 workers right now, given everything that's happened, and just be in such a dominating position.
Yep. Rombas looking for a way to attack into Chris now. Nice link there on the line, just dodging it. The tank at the natural doing a good job. Rombas, now the storms are gonna be so scary. 1, 2.
Holy
Storms there.
shit.
Zealots at the natural too. He can't go in. Chris can't go in. There's only one more storm actually. No, there's 2. Never mind. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. None of them are going in yet. 1. There we go. The Zealots have completely shredded the natural line of only 5 workers. Another storm. Another storm. Oh, Rombas just walking over. GG. Well played.
Holy moly, dude. Those storms, those first 2 storms were wild. Perfectly placed on the bio. And I like the choice to split off all the Zealots into the natural there as well after killing the supply depot wall. That was actually perfect by Rombas for that engagement. Very well done by him. Bit scrappy of a game overall, but you know, pool 3, what do we expect? I feel like for a pool 3 game, that was honestly actually pretty decent. Like, all things considered, it was actually, it felt like they were doing all the correct plays after the, you know, after Chris kind of stayed too long with the initial push, but everything else kind of seemed like it was actually locking in correctly. So, kind of an interesting game, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it didn't look bad in a way. Like, both players had a clear game plan there, and they both had ideas. They weren't like just doing wildly random shit, which is obviously like good. That was actually not a bad game at all.
Yep, I would say so. All right, you want to go for the intros here, Mr. Lewis?
So in the top left-hand corner, the Teal Protoss, representing Raynor's Ruptors, the team of GGE Mini. It is Rombas.
So true.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, the Yellow Terran down 1-0, representing Itty Bitty Banana Committee. It is your bro Chris. And a noteworthy thing, obviously, at this point is now that Rombas has taken game 1, it only requires 2 more map wins for Raynor's Ruptors to make the playoffs, I believe.
That is correct. Yes, we need but 3 wins in total. We need just 3 map wins to throw us on over to the playoffs. That's what we're looking for. If we win, obviously that's great, but we don't actually need to. We could just sit at 2-3 with enough map score wins to be 1 point ahead of Frogify to deny them from advancing. So we'll see. We will see. That's a pretty decent opener from Rombas in game number 1, so we'll see if he can maybe find some strong footing here in game number 2 as well. As there's no proxies here from your bro Chris, not going to his old standard of Le Proxy Marauder and Le Proxy 111 Tank Liberator push. So a little bit of reformed play here from your bro Chris, I feel like, this season.
Yeah, maybe he's saving strats for playoffs.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, he is already qualified, so maybe.
So we have 1 Marine reactor factor. I feel like this is a bit weird, because I think normally you'd want 2 Marines, or 1 Reaper, 1 Marine before the reactor, but I missed some timing. Actually, if he went gas first, then this makes sense. I missed that completely, because I was too busy reading Stormgate Doomerism on another Discord.
Well, to be fair, I also was searching for where this Beyond vs. Trap series is happening, and I just found that it's on Hearthstone's channel, and Trap is up a game, which is crazy, so that's sick. Also, Rombas forgot Warpgate this entire time, which is extremely painful. So his Warpgate is going to be super late, and he's forced to use a Chrono Boost on it as well, which is going to be really painful. And we do have a proxied starport here as well from your Chris. So the proxies are not out of his repertoire just yet. Although a nice Adept Scout getting into the main. What? Why would you ever cancel that? What? Why would he ever cancel that? He gets a free scout of absolutely everything happening in the main base. Would have been able to kill all the SCVs as well because there's nothing there.
And he also cancelled the second shade to get out, so now he's gonna lose this adept. And if Chris micros this correctly, he won't lose this Hellion. Oh, Chris, be careful, you cannot fuck this up. And he fucks it up. Okay, so well, Rombas kinda gets out of jail there.
Yeah, that could have been really, really bad, but I think it might still be pretty bad because he didn't get the confirmation that it is a proxied starport, which is kind of important to know because it doesn't matter if you sit your units in the wall in the front with these gateways. If they just boost into the back, it can just end immediately.
Oh, Rombas is actually going to find this.
Oh, is it gonna be too late though? Because he doesn't have any units really. He needs to get back home.
He should be able to warp in like one more stalker at least at home. I think he can do. Yeah, he'll be fine. He has 3 stalkers. As long as he doesn't like fuck up and let the medivac get into his. Wow, what?
What the fuck? Oh my god, that is a premature evacuation. Holy shit. Oh my god.
That's not even premature. What the fuck? That's like, bro, legitimately like, oh my god, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, that's unnecessary. I mean, sure he doesn't lose any probes, but I don't know. That was weird. I mean, he's still up a couple workers, which is decent, and he again doesn't lose any. So overall, I think it's fine. I think it was kind of an overreaction and a really weird looking one at that, but yeah, no, yes, Legoland, that is the correct play. He really, if he wanted to do something like this, he should have just plugged the wall in the natural with a pylon or a shield battery and then just brought everything into the main instead. Like that. There is a way to do this, and like the logic of what Rombuz was doing was sound. It's just the way that he did it was terrible. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That like reaction was really over the top. But now he's going in with 3 stalkers and the warp vision. He can warp in more, obviously. He has blink ready. Chris already has the 3rd CC, and Rombas hasn't even started his 3rd Nexus. He's still banking 1k minerals because he's supply blocked like fuck.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this for Chris, but on the other hand, Rombas' army control in the last game was so much better. I'm worried for Chris in that regard.
Yeah, if we can end up getting enough Templar out with Storm at an early time before the Ghosts are out and get some good engagements from Rombas, this could definitely go his favor again. I do like that he's not... never mind, he warps in another round of Stalkers. I was gonna say, I like that he wasn't fully committing to the Stalker attack in the front because Chris is very well defended here. He's got plenty of tanks all sieged up in a very nice line here to make it very difficult to actually get into the main base. And, oh no, please don't warp. Please don't come in here. Do not blink. I swear to God, if you blink... Oh my God.
Okay, it's not the worst blink.
Yeah.
He can get out. Like, I was afraid he was gonna blink into the 2 tanks. Now he loses 2 stalkers and gets a lot of hull damage on one. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Chris going in with the main with the Hellions now. Very nice play there. Watching Rombas' focus be elsewhere. He gets a few probes there. 5. Oh yeah, this is totally worth it. This is very well played by Chris.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate, and Rombuz was very... I mean, he was just keeping tabs of where the medevac was for so long, and then unfortunately just doesn't actually realize it's coming back in when it actually is going to fully drop there. Loses 8 probes is not what he wants. Holy shit, be careful with those stalkers. Loses 1 for damaging a medevac to a pretty low health, but it can't just get repaired up here, so not a great trade here for Rombuz. Getting a bit sloppy with his overall army movement and just... map awareness as well. Stop walking into the units, Rombuz. What the fuck? Just wait for him to come to you. Then you can tap them away as he's walking. Oh, he's losing things here and there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for Rombuz. So, he has Storm in like 5 seconds. He'll be fine if Chris fucks up. But we'll see. Oh, Rombuz, I don't like this. He doesn't want to go in. He just wants to bait the tank sieges. and just get more units. Oh, he's standing. No!
Okay, first storm still does land. I don't agree with pushing down, though, as 2 more storms go off on mostly nothing. The tanks will get thinned out, but the bio is still here. There is 1 more storm here, so unfortunately that Archon does die, but we do still have 1 storm. I would have loved it if this Prism ended up finding a way into the main base when all this was happening to get a warp in, but instead he's going to continue to reinforce the front and try to batter it down. We'll be able to force Chris away. Oh, I hate that blink, though. Running right into the reinforcements. I mean, he's able to dislodge the attack for now, but again, he's just not probing for some reason. Why do we keep getting stuck on 56 probes these games?
He needs to just build more high tempos as well. Like, he's really getting the best possible engagements in a way that Chris, for all his advantages in the army supply and such, just doesn't seem to be able to handle storms. This is what I hate, though. Like, okay, if he's just posturing here and not actually pushing, making room for the Warp Prism, this is fine. But if he actually tries to attack into Chris, he will just die. And this is gonna be 1-1.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no, please, Rombas, don't go in there. You cannot fight this. Get out. Yeah, that's good. If he gets out, gets the Prism in the main, that's completely fine. Chris
He doesn't know the turrets are here.
He could get around. He could get around from the bottom.
Yes, it's true. I don't think he realizes that he could, or he doesn't trust himself to be able to for some reason, so we'll just stay there. I also really don't understand why there isn't just 4 zealots loaded in here either. That's just, like, instead of just having 8 warp in, you can literally just have 12, which is just better. You can just drop the 4 and then do it. Oh my god, sick EMP off all of the Templar. Only one of them has energy now, and the second one is gonna hit to get all 4 in total. Very nicely done by Chris. That was actually very... that was just good. Oh, no. He's just moving some of the Archons right in the middle of the map. Rumbas, no. What are you doing? No. Somehow one of them goes away because Chris didn't stim or anything, but... Oh, my God.
Rumbas can't fight here. He just needs to buy time. Send the Warp Prism in the main. Do something, like... He just needed to warp in more Templars immediately after the EMPs. Try to buy time for Disruptors or something that he's producing now. And please just send the Warp Prism in the main, Rombas. I fucking hope so. But no, it's looking really good for Chris. His 2-2 is not finished, which kinda sucks. He's doing a terrible anti-timing here on himself. And this is probably the best fight Rombas could hope to take without storms. But I'm not just sure if he has enough. He's actually holding quite well. The Immortal's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, those Immortals did extremely well. The unfortunate thing here is that... Oh my god, Rombos, what the fuck? What are we blinking into right now? Holy shit. The unfortunate thing here is that we are on 0 forges at the moment versus a Terran that now has 2-2 upgrades. Sure, Disruptors don't care about upgrades, but eventually... Oh my god, we're just going to suicide the Disruptors into the army as well. One doesn't even connect. Oh, Chris is looking like he's got to steamroll through this army.
Oh yeah, now Chris has total domination. Like, he has the 4th base ready. This is the kind of game as a Terran where everything just feels like it goes your way. You know, you get to decide the tempo, you're just macroing while you're already ahead, getting every good fight. This Disruptor, he could change anything, but he whiffs it! It's a Magnet Disruptor! And I think that's gonna be it, and we are going to be 1-1 in this series.
And that is correct. I was about to make a joke, but I forgot what country Rombaz is from, so I couldn't actually make it. So
I believe he's French.
He's actually French?
No, he's Polish. He's Polish.
What's like the thing that the Polish people love the most in Poland? Like what place? Is there a place? No, there's nothing to like about Poland. I'm just kidding. Great, a 1-1 situation here for the 2 teams. Pierogi? No, I meant like a place. I was gonna say, like, you know, the Magnath Ruptors on its way to Mecca, whereas this Ruptor is going to some place, but I don't know what there's a sacred place in Poland or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, it's a 1-1 situation here. The Pierogi place, okay. for the team. So yes, very nicely done here for both teams to get at least one on the board. But unfortunately for my team, we have still not made it anywhere closer towards 3 after that first map. So we'll see what ends up happening in the rest of the series here. As I'm going to go head over to the analyst desk with the other 2 people that I have and talk to them about that game. So, Bull Mjolja, what did you think?
Well, as we saw, the greatest enemy of Rambuz was Rambuz, who found himself in quite a good position, I think, in that second game, but just could not close it out. The no upgrades was a little bit painful. You actually can play this style where you get Storm and delay upgrades a little bit longer and then go like 2 Forge. That is a genuine thing you can do just because Storm helps you so much to, mitigate the upgrade differential.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we forgot one of the more important and honestly, let's be real, more subtle components of that build, which is that you have to actually get the 2 Forges and then get the upgrades.
Very subtle point that is
yeah, and this is the kind of thing that I think your average player, even GM player, is not going to notice. But these are the kind of things that I pick up on, having watched so many Pool 3 games in my career. And so when I noticed that, I just thought, oh, this is going to be a fun little detail for the folks at home. So yeah, if you are delaying upgrades intentionally to eventually go 2 Forge in this matchup, make sure that you're thinking to yourself, do I have 2 Forges? And if the answer to that is no, what I would do personally is I would get the 2 Forges.
Really? You sure about that?
That's just me. This is sort of a stylistic difference, honestly, and sort of one of the fun ways that players can express their personality through their play. But for me, at least, I would get the 2 Forges.
Interesting. Okay, fair enough.
I do have a few things to say about this match as well.
Go ahead, Angry.
First is Yapkerdole. Second is...
What does that mean?
I can't believe... Yapkerdole, fuck it, like somewhere along those lines in Polish.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, then I can't believe chat and Frog shut up. And I can't believe chat forgot that the true sacred place of Poland is Katowice.
Oh.
So true. Definitely a thing that all Poles care about.
I mean, that is still like, it's like the place for StarCraft too. I'm actually amazed none of us even somehow thought of that. That's actually kind of funny. Anyways, and the third thing is, Genie, do you remember that Commander Archon thing we did with Hearthstone back in the day? Yes.
So, Rhombus also participated in this thing. And there was one very specific interaction we had throughout the whole process, which was Rhombus going for the most mental blinks ever seen by anyone, and Hearthstone screaming in despair.
Yeah, dude.
Like, every time I see Rhombus blink, I heard Hearthstone's voice in my head. to now. And his face.
It was pretty insane, honestly. The amount of forward blinks that he was going for this series was a bit unnecessary for sure.
I'm glad to see he hasn't changed.
Yeah, I think he should rename himself something to with patience somewhere in his name. So Romshians. Anyways, the next match is going to be
You might have to change his build then.
Versus Gruben Hubert. That is the next thing that we have coming up with us right now. So, Bull, why don't you talk to us about your prep leading into the match?
My prep was basically thinking to myself, oof, I have been playing some absolutely garbo booty StarCraft lately. Let's just try to turbo snipe the shit out of whatever it is that Gruben Hubert does in this series. That did not end up happening, actually. But it's the thought that counts, or that's what I would say if I felt like that was true. It is not, actually. No one gives a shit about the thought.
Is manhandling. We
What?
already know.
I didn't even hear
So
what you said.
true. We almost made it, chat. We almost made
Oh.
it 35 seconds talking about the games that were happening here instead of what Trap is doing.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna. I was done with that whole joke, but I guess Sangrath wanted
No
to keep it
shit.
going.
This, I mean,
Anyways.
this is like Latvia, but better.
Yeah. Anyways, Angrath, what do you expect to? Obviously, Bull thinks he's gonna 2-0. What's your prediction on what the score is gonna be here?
Well, this is PvP, and we all know the player, like, the more garbage player wins in PvP. And so, since Bulgogi Man thinks he's been playing an absolute garbage, I'm gonna say it's Bulmioja 2-0 over Gruben Hubert.
Whoa! Wow! I see where your thoughts lie here. Anyways, as I go and choose to ban Angrath from the Discord, I will be going also over to the caster's desk. Thank you, gentlemen. So that way I can talk to Luolis and get this match underway. Are you ready, Luolis, for the first banger PvP?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, Ruptors, I think, very Protoss heavy team. Like, obviously a lot of the teams in this league, but I believe they're one of the teams with the most Protoss players. So a lot of
Itty Bitty?
no Raynors.
Yes, I guess we do have 4 Protoss players. That's true. I kind of forgot.
Yeah, you have 4 Protoss players. The only other team with 4 Protoss players is the Rottweilers, and then 2 teams with 5 Protoss players, the United States of Protoss, and of course, the one and only Mated Forge be with you.
Well, you guys have a Protoss player or a Terran player in disguise over there as well. So, anyways, go ahead. You can introduce the players. I like your intros better than mine.
Alright, so in the top right hand corner, we have the one and only Bulmioja. Bulmioja. And in the bottom left hand corner, representing Raynor's Ruptors, it is Gruben Hubert.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's going to be a 2-gate opener from both players. Very standard stuff. What the fuck is this pylon, by the way, Bull? Yeah, I'm looking this right in the eye. That is a fucked up pylon placement. What the fuck is... Holy shit.
Oh yeah, this is just like, he just like me for real.
Holy shit, that's absurd, Bull. I've never seen anything like that before. Good God. Alright. Unfortunately for Gruben, his Cybercore is like... so late? What the... why is his what happened here? Bull, you didn't go for like a...
He's also gonna
early
be
gate,
23.
did you?
Yeah, but then Gruben Hubert has for... Oh no, he didn't forget his second pylon, thank God.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
awful.
So
Bull,
double
did you go for
stalker?
an early gate here? Like, what's going on here? Or did Gruben just fuck up his Cybercore timing that badly?
I have no idea what's going on. Like, I completely missed the openings, and because I was so focused on the wall from Bull.
Yeah. Well, it's just double stalker openers, essentially, here. Also, I did tell Gruben, we did some calculations, basically, me and Gruben, and we did figure some things out. We looked at some replays, we looked at some stuff here, and we did figure some things out, and I did tell Gruben that there's a very critical moment that he needed to scout to figure out exactly what's going on, and we'll see if he ends up doing that. He's doing it a little bit later than I would have liked, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much, so at least he is trying for it. I was about to flame him for not doing what I told him to, but he is doing it, so that's okay. Although the thing that he's forgotten, more importantly, is to look around his base, and there's actually a probe just sitting right next to a Stargate that's about to scout it.
Oh, that sucks. That's actually... And the thing is, this could make like a proxy pylon warp in a couple of adepts in the main later on.
Oh, no.
Yep. Oh, he's actually doing it nice.
Oh,
Just normally
no.
when you do that kind of probe, you think that the opponent has seen it, right? So you wouldn't commit to that. You'd just scout with it, but Bull's doing it. And I'm actually really feeling Bull's position here right now. He has his expansion faster. He's got Blink coming. He's already prepared for the Oracle with the shield batteries. There's no way he's gonna die in the next 3 minutes. And he already has a 2 pro bleed. So yeah, this is really, really nice for Bull.
Oh shit! Sorry, I hit the wrong fucking key. Sorry. Oops, let's zoom right back forward to when these adepts are coming in. Excellent, there we go. And it is scouted by Gruben. He does see them and will now be panicking to try and react to this. I think he should have recalled his stalkers, actually. But he does have the Oracle back here as well. But he flies right over the adepts instead of uses it to kill the adepts. And so those things are going to stay alive.
Adept micro was kind of shit there as well, but Gruben's like chasing the after images of the
what
adepts.
is happening? Holy shit! This is a fiesta.
Oh,
okay.
he's gonna get both of those away, not like this.
Oh my god.
That was a fucking clown fiesta right there. Both players just running around in circles, not actually killing anything. The fact that the only thing dying there was 2 probes is hilarious, and Gruben Hubert at least goes for the proxy pylon now. I feel like that was a wasted opportunity for Bull. I think he could have killed more.
I mean, he didn't kill anything, but he frazzled Gruben so much that he forgot to make workers that whole time, so he's actually down a shit ton of probes anyway, so it ends up being totally fine, and he ends up saving both of them, so that means he can just do it again later, and Gruben, being the guy that he is, wasn't quite ready for this either, and now he's going to lose even more probes to these 2 adepts. This is not the situation that Gruben is hoping for, and I mean, being down 9 probes at this point, while opening double Oracle as well, is one of the worst situations. I don't understand why these 2 oracles are in different places. We need these together because I don't think Gruben realizes that 2 oracles are what one-shot things and 1 isn't. But somehow this battery is so far away that it's actually going to kill a couple probes anyways.
Yeah, this is why I always like to send my Banshees at the natural, because generally the shield battery at the front has these gaps in the mineral line that kind of fucks you up.
I mean, yeah, that'd be cool, but imagine if both of them were here together, he would have literally killed, like, every probe at that natural.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Bull, he's just getting his 3rd phase up, no worries. He has 7 worker lead at this stage of the game. He's getting 3 more gates. He has nice tech. I guess he could use the robo. He's getting charged. Yeah, I really like this for Bull, because Gruben Hubert, they're basically going for the same army composition, and if you're doing that, you generally don't want to be, 7 workers behind.
Yeah, no, not at all. You don't want to be 7 workers behind. You don't want to be 1.5 upgrades behind. You don't want to be a whole nexus behind. Gruben is literally behind in every way imaginable, except for this. Nope, never mind. The robo of his bull is already done too. He is behind in absolutely every regard. He needs to find some way to get some amount of damage or something, or cut some kind of corner or any. Like, the problem here is that he's lost his opportunity to do damage because he lost one of the oracles and didn't go in with 2 of them at the same time to try to do some, good old 2 oracle into win tactics. And on the back end, he's not even cutting corners to try and get some edge in a different way either, like going like for straight into, like, I don't know, disruptors to like get some huge hits or something like that. It's just he's doing the same thing while not having the opportunity to actually find damage either.
Yeah, I think Disruptor is the comeback here for Gruben Hubert. OT Adepts just going by the Stasis Trap. That's very lucky. And if he gets those Bull's Stalkers baited into the Stasis Ward, that could actually be huge. So that's something. Gruben Hubert also warping Stalkers to defend the Adepts. Nice Blink micro there, not losing a single Stalker. This is a start. The only advantage he's having right now is that he has +1 coming already, and Bull doesn't have a Forge. But losing these probes, he's gonna lose a lot while he's microing at the front. Oh no, Gruben Hubert.
Yeah, this is not exactly good. Especially considering the entire play of Gruben here is to bait all the Stalkers into the Stasis Ward, and I don't even think it's going to work because Bull sees it, just triggers it with the singular Stalker blink forward. Very well done. So all of that is now for naught, as to to make that play, Gruben has sacrificed his own home defense and lost even more probes to those 2 adepts, while not getting any damage done versus a much larger Stalker army. This is an uphill battle that even Sisyphus would be not jealous of. Like, this is just seemingly impossible from Gruben.
Yeah, and to counter the upgrade disadvantage that Bull had, he's actually going double forge upgrades, which is... It's pretty smart in this scenario. And oh my goodness, Bull just has so many Stalkers. It's actually only 4 more right now that he has, but he has 10 more probes, so he can just make more stuff. He has 6 gates against 6 gates. Gruben cannot push in here ever, and Bull's getting his 4th base in a bit. This is just so hard to see a way for Gruben that isn't like a disruptor shot, but 6 charge slots warping in at the left-hand corner, and those are gonna slaughter this probe line.
Oh yeah, there's not even a battery here to defend against this. This is gonna just be an absolute destructive force running into these 2 bases, as Mr. Grubenhuber trying to recall to deal with this back at home. Does recall, but loses 10 probes already for all of those zealots. Unfortunate here. I do find it very weird, like Gruben's army, the numbers are so much smaller when you look at it, but like, what is, he's got the same amount of Stalkers. It's just a couple sentries and a couple zealots that are more for Bull Mjolnir, but it seems like Gruben is so far behind. It's like such a weird scenario here, but I don't know. This is looking very, very over. Oh my god, the force fields as well.
Yeah, this is not going well for Grubenhuber. He's actually engaging here now. Force fields are keeping him back here. Not all of his Stalkers can shoot, and Bullshit recognized that he actually has more. He can just blink on top of it right now. He has the upgrade advantage. He's taking a really terrible fight at his own force fields, and Gruben's gotten the best possible arc here, but the problem is that Bull just has way too much stuff. Half of Gruben's army wasn't even fighting properly. The charge slots at the back of the Stalkers, he's gonna hold for now, but Bull he's so ahead.
He is indeed. That one Oracle also on the other side, still stuck in that little dead space there. Unfortunately forgotten about. Could have been used for some extra stasis wards. Imagine what those could have done in a blink forward like that against Bull Mjolnir. Could have been extremely lethal and a possible avenue to find some kind of comeback in this game. But it's just getting worse and worse and worse for Gruben, as our good old friend Cyril has once said, I do believe. I will not try to, as I don't have the accent, but perhaps, Luolus, you can give it a try, given that you are exactly the same country as him. Do you know the line?
Yeah,
you know
I don't know.
What? You don't know the verse line? From Roddy's?
The what line?
Oh, the Cyril, like, oh my god, this is going from verse to verse.
Oh no, I've missed that. I
okay.
didn't really watch too many Serial streams.
That's fine. No problem. Anyways, I don't know, talk about something in this game, because it's so fucking over.
I mean, 2 adepts going in the main, they're probably gonna kill like 3 more probes. I guess Gruben might just go for one last attack, and his zealots are gonna get slaughtered by Archons, and then his Stalkers die because there are like 15 less.
Yep. I just realized just how many Finns we have. You are here. We got Revo here, who I just recently learned is also Finnish. We've got Go Puncher, who's Finnish, who I always kind of forget is Finnish. Why are there so many Finns in ATP?
Finnish people like playing Protoss, I guess.
Very true, very true. Have you ever met Go Puncher? Does he leave his house?
Wait, what?
Does Go Puncher leave his house? Have you ever met him?
No, I've never met him, but according to his stories, he's like the most well-adjusted person in ATP.
Nice. I was actually gonna stop because I was trolling, but why is Grubenhubert's army suddenly larger than his opponents? Wait, what's happened?
So
what has
Bull
happened?
took the fight. Yeah. So Bull took the fight at the super battery. He attacked right before his 2-2 finished, so he was fighting against 2-0. And somehow that was like the worst possible fight he could have taken. And Gruben actually, has a lot of units here, and Bull's really not microing properly here, but his army supply is still bigger though. The worker advantage obviously also with Bull, and even though Gruben got the best possible fight there, he just doesn't have enough.
That was so weird. I was like writing that game. I was like just trying to find things to talk about, to be honest. But like suddenly I look down and Gruben is ahead in army supply by like a relatively significant amount. And I was like, wait, what? Did I like accidentally hit Control X and like switch the players or something? Like I was actually so confused. But yeah, I mean, good job for Bull Mulcher to be able to close that out and not throw one of the craziest games that I would have ever really imagined to be a throw. So good on him for not doing that. But unfortunately, that still leaves my team farther and farther away from finding their 3 map wins necessary to qualify for next week. Or not next week, but the week after that. Well, yes, next. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, my point is that they need 3 wins, and we don't have it just yet.
Yeah, this is actually gonna be really rough, because we might end up with a so-called echo situation, where you have to hope that your pool 4 player takes 2-0, and Echo didn't quite manage to do that. Let's see if Gruben Hubert can alleviate some pressure off of May Kodo, who's coming up next. But in the bottom right-hand corner, we have representing GDA team in real life, and of course, in here he's representing Raynor's Ruptors, the proud soldier of the captain DJ Jorks. It is Gruben Hubert. And in the top left-hand corner, we have representing MN Bar C, which is, I presume, some meme clan, Bull Milja, who's playing for Itty Bitty Banana Committee in the yellow trunks, as Total Biscuit would say.
I do love my captain, DJ Jorks. That is my favorite captain. I love no one but DJ Jorks.
And Jorks the peanuts.
I don't know what that's talking about, but what is that? What does that mean, Bull?
You don't know the Jork the peanuts
No. You didn't know the Sterile one, and I don't know what this one is.
Okay. So basically, you're terminally StarCraft 2, and I'm terminally online.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not put those together whatsoever. Wow. That's hilarious. Jorks. That's hilarious. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh. Anyways. Alright, I hope Gruben doesn't just get behind in the stupidest way possible this game too. Because that would be really
he at
funny.
least got his
Shut up, Bull.
Cybercore earlier this time.
Yes, he did get his Cybercore on time, which is very important here. Bull, just shut the fuck up. Yeah, it's gonna be double stalker again out of Bull, as that's just basically what he does all the time. Even if he's not going for his 6 stalker shit, it is basically still double stalker just to do that anyways. So we'll see what he wants to do. He is saving up Chrono Boost, so I think he is going to go for the 6 stalker type thing here. Actually, no, sorry. He saves Chrono Boost no matter what. I forgot. That was the part of my analysis of the whole... What?
Have I missed something? Or why are Gruben and Hubert stalkers so much later than Bulls?
Well, his cyber was still slightly later. It wasn't exactly perfect timing. But it was just so much better timing than last game that we didn't really notice. But I did see that it was like a couple seconds late.
Okay, so you actually know things about Protoss.
Sure.
Well, I was gonna ask you, but like because I thought Gruben was just saving money to build a Nexus before Stalkers, but now he's just building the Stalkers super late anyway.
What do you mean?
Like he had around 400 minerals, and he wasn't producing anything from his gateways. So I thought he was saving that money to build a Nexus, and then he just started building Stalkers again.
Yeah, that's what we call a pool 2 moment, unfortunately. So, yeah. That is simply a what we call a skissue on the side of Mr. Gruben, so that's not great. As he is now going to be trying to do the same exact build order again, whereas Bull Milja is doing something slightly differently. Not totally different, but just some kind of mind games here to kind of mind game that he might be going for a 6 Stalker Rush, but I did, so in my analysis of Bull's games to send over to Gruben, I did mention to him that if Bull does go for a 6 Stalker, he does always just rally things across the map. And so there's nothing coming Gruben's way, so he should be pretty aware that Bull Milja is just going to be playing defensively here and just going for a normal expansion. And so I actually wouldn't have minded. Where's the... Does he not have second Oracle? He only went 1 this time. Okay. I wouldn't have minded actually if he just kind of waited with 2 Oracles here, because the scout from Bull Milja is going to be super late and he's not going to see that it is a Stargate. So if he had just kind of surprised Bull with a couple of Oracles, it could have been really good. But instead he's going to suicide his stalkers into here, but actually gets away with them.
Oh, Bull! But Bull could have killed all of those, but he just missed the force fields a bit. If he had one more force field, he kills all of those stalkers. Now, this actually is not too bad for Gruben Hubert. He gets some mining time off.
The stasis on all the probes in the main, though. Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah, I missed that completely. And he reacts in time to the adepts of Bull Milja as well. A very nice half a minute for Gruben Hubert right there. This is exactly what he wants to play.
Yes, and unfortunately he's also taking a note out of Rombuzz's book and forgetting to make probes for no reason whatsoever while floating 700 minerals.
What?
He's not making probes.
No, I mean, he just started shooting at the shield battery that was like building on his ramp for no reason.
Weird. Anyways, my team needs to make probes. Jesus Christ. We could be ahead in probes right now, but for some reason we just stopped making probes and doing nothing. And now we're supply blocked at 62. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts so bad. We got a stasis on all the fucking probes in the main, and now we're down fucking 5 workers and we're supply blocked too. Talk, Luolis. What the fuck? Why are you playing Caster Chicken right now? God damn it.
I'm so sorry. I needed the right shit. These 2 oracles in the main, they're actually getting a decent amount of probes until they die.
God damn it. Oh my god.
And he's lost so many probes in his main as well. Both with these 2 adepts getting 6 probes. Luckily for Gruben Hubert, he started targeting the Stalker. But it's still... Well, it's only a 4 probe advantage for Bull, and Bull's also stopped producing probes for a bit, so it's not the end of the world for our German Protoss players just yet.
Yeah, I guess that's ended up going somehow well for him, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever because he lost 3 times the workers with even less investment. So I'm not really sure how that ends up working out. But yeah, the economy somehow evens out for a little bit here. But the third base is slightly ahead from Bull, so that means he will be able to catch up here as well. Charge going to be finishing. There's the double forge again from Bull Milja. Is this actually intentional? Bull, is this actually how you play PvP? You just get the latest forges ever, but you do get 2 of them each time? Holy shit, another random 2 adepts getting into the natural here. Jesus Christ, Gruben is not able to keep up with these adepts consistently, I should say, getting into these mineral lines.
Yeah, adepts make PvP really hard, especially towards the lower level, because you have to have certain preparations for them, and it's sort of a skill check in the early game as well. And yeah, it can definitely hurt you in PvP. Like, it's hard to play against, and it's a double forge from Bull Milja again, and it's a DD shrine from our boy Gruben Hubert.
I do like that. I very much
I like it, but I would like it a bit later on in the game.
No, I think this is a good spot for it, honestly. I think this is where it could potentially catch the opponent off guard. I honestly would have liked it if you did it earlier as well, I think is what... I'll be honest, I did also kind of tell Ruben I think he should do a randomly timed Dark Shrine in the series somewhere, because I think it would really catch him off guard. But I was really honestly thinking like a 6:30 or something DT Shrine, like, because now the cannons are just barely getting up in time for Bull. Imagine if this Dark Shrine was hitting like 2 minutes earlier. I think the game is over.
Yeah, and that is what I mean. Because like if it was earlier, then that's good, and if it was later, like in the late game, that's good. But like here, as a sort of a middle of the road kind of thing, it's just kind of
yeah, true.
All the probes coming for the adept just
that is
so
hilarious.
it doesn't go to the DP.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. That was ridiculous. Oh, we're trying to bait him into the stasis orb. We do have an observer on top of the army, so unfortunately that trick is not going to work yet again from Gruber, unable to get these stasis orbs connecting on the opponent's army. And so he will be forced back. The army sizes, thankfully, are not so absurdly different this time, and the 4th base timings also are exactly equal. So for that, it's still okay for Grubin. Amazingly enough, his forge also is super late, and so he's still going to be behind in upgrades, even though Bull's upgrades are also super late. But so that's going to be really unfortunate for him, as he just didn't really get that earlier. Here come the couple DTs coming out. They're going on a long journey around the middle of the map, or the side of the map, I should say, to potentially get into the natural, which is covered by a cannon. We'll see if Bullmilge is able to react to that, or what exactly happens. I don't feel like the DTs are actually going to do too much, sadly. They're even going to just sit in the middle of the map.
For Rombas, the problem is he just hasn't been producing probes. He's somehow, again, like 10 probes behind here. Bull pushing in with his Stalker Immortal Ball. I think this should be enough units for Rombas to defend, especially with the Warpin. The chart... no, scratch that. The Zealot Warpin with the slow Zealots running in the natural and the main here, because Bull's forgot in charge. That's interesting. And gives time for Gruben Hooper to counter it. Meanwhile, Bull posturing at the 4th base, doing force fields to keep Gruben Hooper away, but a nice defense so far from the Teal Protoss.
Well, it was until these Zealots started killing everything in the natural here, because the battery energy went away. Unfortunately, warping in all the Zealots in the main base to deal with the ones that were almost dead instead of the ones in the natural, which were killing everything. Somehow, Bull still hasn't realized these Zealots don't have charge. Finally started that upgrade here. Definitely a miscue there, but Gruben, during all this, didn't send his DTs into the bases. If he had sent his DTs into the different bases while all this was happening, I don't think Bullmilger would have been able to react. I think the cannons, being 1 per mineral line, would have not actually been enough to deal with these. And now,
that's a horrible thing right there, but the force fields fail.
Jesus Christ. What is it with my team and crazy blanks and forgetting to make probes, dude? What the fuck?
You gotta... If you make it to the playoffs, you need to host a fucking school of building probes to these guys.
Yeah, for real, dude. Slow Zealots once again somehow doing damage in the natural.
He's natural and he's gonna lose his 4th base.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we're getting completely pulled apart, but luckily he does barely respond in time. The sentry's force fielding away the units though, which is quite nice. The DTs have still yet to do anything, finally getting the Prism over to the natural at this point. We are in a decent position army-wise for Gruben, and with these DTs potentially about to do some big damage, we could find a good swing here in this later stage of the game. But instead we're going for the worst...
I like shooting the pylons. I like shooting the pylons. Because it kills the production, and he is probably not gonna be able to kill any production. I don't mind this. By the way, DT is fine for Bull as well here.
I'm kind of amazed that he got all 4 pylons, but the fact that we warped in on the spot that had probably the greatest pylon coverage in the whole fucking map was kind of insane. Getting the 3rd base is actually incredible, though. I don't like to go to this 4th base at the same time either, though. I think we need to run home with this. We don't need to suicide. We've just killed a lot of things already, and we are staying very past due for some reason, and we'll be losing a lot of those units.
Bull hasn't been able to use his money. He's banking 3k, 2k here. If Gruben Hubert can get back... Oh, there's a... there's a Zealot run by at Ruben's third base that killed 6 probes, but they got stasis warded. This was really nicely played by Ruben as well. If he can just hold here, I think this is actually really good for him. But the problem is, there's 2-2 units against 1-1. Ruben's upgrades are quite not finished, and it's gonna take a good fight for him to hold this.
Thankfully, Bull Milja is kind of streamlining into this area, 1 unit at a time, but we'll now get the concave set up. We do need to run back to our batteries and our stasis wards here as Gruben, he will do so. Nice identification, though, from Bull, seeing where that stasis ward is, just instantly denying it. This is still really risky here for Bull, though. His army is much smaller. Nice blink forward. I thought he was going to target the Immortal, but unfortunately doesn't, which means it will stay alive for this entire fight, and now the concave is favoring Bull Milja with a lot more charge lots coming on in here, and the upgrades are starting to pull through a little bit as Gruben's army is getting thinned out.
Ruben has like 10 zealots AFK at his natural. If he used F2, he would have absolutely cleaned this fight. But now it's actually been way closer than it should be. Like, look, he has 11 zealots just AFK there. Now he's warping in a DT. That's actually pretty nice because Bull doesn't have an observer. So that should at least drive Bull away here. And at the same time, a DT at the 4th of Bull Milja. Is Grubenhubert doing it?
Oh my god, he actually has a massive army supply differential. His upgrades, again, are still behind, which is unfortunate. A huge warping of DT is actually just even the supply for Bull Milja, though. So that still has some great potency here as it's over on the right-hand side. And the weakness of Gruben in all of these games so far has been his defensive, multitasking defense, I should say. He has not been able to really keep track of where the units are going from Bull and to react accordingly as he walks out on the map the moment that these DTs come on in, and that's going to be an entire line of dead probes and potentially a bunch of production and or nexuses in the main dying as well, as there's just a single cannon to defend. There's one observer on the map that's running all the way back, and this second observer out of the robo luckily will finish just in the nick of time. But yeah, this is some great time and damage bought here by Bull Milja.
Yeah, that was a really nice warp in there by Bull. The problem is that for like the first time in this entire series, he's actually down on probes. Grubenhubert needs to take his gases though. He can't really produce right now because he only has 2 gases that are not mining at all. Then he has 2 gases that are in his main empty, and then he has 6 gas geysers that don't have any assimilators. So Gruben is basically 100% zealot right now. He does have 2-2 against the 3-1-2 right now of Bull Milja, but his army supply is bigger. He could win this fight with the proper concave, and if he doesn't fight into a super battery.
Yeah, but there is a lot of static D coming up here for Bull Milja. This makes it very difficult for Gruben to find a fight. I would love a Warp Prism in this to be able to find a way into the main base at some point to try and pull Bull Milja around. Although if we get stuck attacking half the army with all of... Oh no, this is so unfortunate here for Gruben, but somehow the army supplies are still going really good for... Oh my god, it suddenly was and then it immediately wasn't. So many units just evaporated by Gruben. This fight is actually still very close. I'm amazed that this is going this closely with the upgrades the way they are. A bunch of those Archons were doing so well from Bull Milja to thin out those Zealot lines, but then a lot of them getting killed off as well. There's a couple of them are super low here too, unfortunately, as Gruben is forced back to try and recoup with the rest of his upgrades and just with the rest of his production getting set up.
Yeah, Gruben's finally realized the gas problem. He hasn't taken one at his 4th though, but he did take the one at his natural and his 3rd as well, so that's actually really nice for him. The income right now is definitely better for Grubenhubert, and as long as he defends properly, I am still liking his position in this game. However, Bull the Fox is going for a Robo Bay. He's probably gonna make some disruptors, and I don't hate that choice at all. Zealot run-by to the natural of Grubenhubert. This time, however, there is plenty of stuff for him to defend, and a Nexus at the left side has been seen by Grubenhubert. This is quite interesting. This game could go either way.
Yeah, it is still close. I mean, Gruben is vastly ahead in army supply right now. I don't think he realizes it because he's not really posturing on the map at all. But Bull with the one with the much faster disruptor tech. If it goes unscouted or unpunished, this could make it very difficult for Grumman to get an efficient fight, which has also been an unfortunate difficulty for him, where even though he might have a larger army supply and he eventually holds the harassment and goes for an attack, he can't actually get a good engagement. There's the one at the third base of his own third base where he was missing half of his army, not able to get a good trade there. Then he attacked into Bull Mule. Oh, nice trap on that Archon. That was crazy. He attacked into Bull Mulja, and then half of his army was attacking the entirety of Bull's army. So he's been very sloppy with his engagements. And I mean, his army supply is massive right now. He needs to go and find some amount of damage or force a fight, because he must realize how big his army is.
Yeah, exactly. He has such an advantage, but in these kinds of games, especially on this level, you might not just recognize how ahead you are sometimes, and the double disruptor coming in is really scary. Bull's getting a good amount of ropes with the DTs, though that actually helps Grumman with the defense a bit, because now he knows that these DTs are here. The Zealot run by on the right side could be so huge. He has 18 Zealots there. He's actually also sending the War Prism to the natural. He's gonna try to hit a 3-pronged attack here. If he succeeds, this could totally break Bull Mjolja. However, the War Prism is just AFK at the natural of Bull, not doing anything. The DTs are killing probes for free. The Zealots are chilling at the right side. The Disruptor shot is decent as well. Oh, this is all going horribly wrong for Grumman Hubert right now.
Yeah, we're getting stuck again with the harassment. We're getting too much attention split. A single harassment wave getting sent anywhere, and suddenly Grumman falls apart and isn't able to make any decision on where he wants to go. He has so many things set up. He has the Zealots on the right. He has the Prism idling in the left. He has his army in the front, but he's getting distracted by a single DT warp in. And now he's losing things at the front as well. The right side bases are getting absolutely ransacked from Grumman, and these disruptors are now making it very difficult. A blink forward to try and snipe the disruptors is a bold move here, as the rest of the army from Bull Mjolja is still extremely large.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good attempt, but his eco is just getting ransacked. The Zealot run by dies to warp in DTs. The War Prism has never done anything at this point, and I think Bull Mjolja, he has indeed done it, I think. He's gonna make Itty Bitty Banana Committee go 3-1 in the group, and they're one map win away from A, 5-0, and B, putting out Raynor's Ruptors.
That is true. A very unfortunate situation here for Grumman, as he had an absolutely demanding lead later on in that game. Plenty of opportunities to actually end it. I mean, his army supply at one point was like 120 to like 70. Was wild. Bull, be quiet. It was 120 to 70 army supply. He could have just moved your army at that forward fourth base and you were dead. If he just did anything with those units, that's yeah.
It's frustrating, because if he gets like a 5
you can call it
DT
demanding.
warping,
That's fine. But
yeah, if he gets like a 5 DT warping at the natural and does the Zealot run by thing, I think he probably wins this. I think he probably wins this, but, you know, Bull's counter harassment was really good, and I think he just played better with the multitasking.
Yep, a bit unfortunate. Grumman not able to keep up, and will be dropping yet another game, as that does leave, yet again, the Rangers Ruptors at the same exact position, needing just 2 more maps, and unfortunately unable to get any just for now. It's going to be all up to Makoto to try and bring us back in this series. But before we get there, let's talk to our analysts, specifically also one of them being the player that we just watched. And so let's go ahead and take a look-see. Hello, Bull Mjolja. Welcome back. Congratulations on your victory in that demanding game and series.
Do you call it a demanding lead because it's a lead that demands a victory?
Yes.
Like it's so far ahead, it just demands that you win.
Exactly what the logic is. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I will allow you to pretend that that's what you meant the whole time, and you can feel free to use that in the future.
Thank you very much.
So based, Bull Mjolja getting to demonstrate the exact thing he talked about in that first series, where he delays his upgrades and gets 2 forges and then spends the whole game ahead on upgrades. How does he do it?
How
An
does he do it?
oracle, one might say, provided that he already knows what's going to happen in the future, because the future is actually the past.
Wow, look at that. Using his expert knowledge of what he did in a previous time to make it sound like he actually knew what was happening. So, very nicely done, Bullmilja, on your forward predicting skill, or I should say backwards predicting skills. Angrath, any thoughts on that series there?
First off, I would like to point out that so far I was right on both predictions I made.
Yes, it's true.
God, I'm so good at this.
You're
And
the opposite November.
I also would like to say that I love the way Bulgogiman plays PvP.
Oh.
Truly, like a high
That's
test
the first time.
gameplay.
That's the first time anyone has ever said that in the history of mankind.
It's truly high test gameplay, especially making Gruben Hubert essentially kill himself with this double adept Sheningas,
Sheningas.
I would say.
There were, in fact, a few Sheningas.
I would count, in fact, multiple Sheningas if I do say so myself.
And what can
Wait,
what
hold
else
on.
can I
What's
say?
wait? What's this? I'm taking a look at the readings, and the Sheninga index is off the charts.
Holy,
I'm seeing 8.0, 8.5 Sheningas. I think
Yeah,
this is a
I'm
category
thinking to
5
my-
Sheninga.
Not even
I'm
Yoda
speaking
has a
with my
Sheninga
secretary
count this
right
high.
I'm speaking with my secretary right now to buy all the Sheningas he can and hold. Because
I'm
they're
diamond
going
hands on Sheningas.
Also, God, I love Pool 3. These games are so good.
That was
This was pool 2. Thank you.
Get fucked, Bull. Holy shit. Get
All right.
Get
fucked.
fucked.
All right,
Bull.
listen. We're gonna play an ace match, even if it's not needed, against Angrath, a person who's not even on this team because of that comment.
I mean, I'm always down to play PvP against anyone.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we have a new show match in the cards.
Unironically speaking.
Very nice.
I
The
would
next
probably
match.
go 0-3, but
Yeah, if it's
still,
entertaining, then
though.
that's good to know. Anyways, let's go into our final match here between Makoto and Takuwa, or as we call Taku Smurf. It's going to be an interesting
No,
one.
Smurf Kua. Come on, Smurf
I've heard
Kua.
both. I've heard Taku Smurf and Smooth Kua.
I
or
think Smurf
Kua.
Kua is the way to go.
Smurf Kua?
I think
Okay.
Smurf Go is better.
Sure, whatever. All right, Smurf Kua versus Makoto. We'll see what ends up happening, as Makoto, like I said, needs 2 wins. He needs 2 wins to save the Raynor's Ruptors in this situation. If we get 3, then we're good. If we don't, we're fucked. So, your thoughts, Bullmilja?
Well, I said it earlier. I think it bears repeating. I don't think there's a person on Earth who could beat Smurf Kua in specifically ATL games. When he plays on ladder, when he plays elsewhere, he's a mere mortal man. But when he plays in ATL, something happens. Do you remember in Yu-Gi-Oh when the necklace would start bursting with power, and Yami Yugi would take over his body, and he'd get that dark, deep voice and the bags under his eyes, and suddenly he was no longer a mild-mannered young man, but instead the reincarnation of an Egyptian pharaoh. That's basically what happens to Smurf Kua in the ATL. Is during the day when he's not playing StarCraft here, he's a family man. He's taking care of his kids, taking care of his wife, real sweetheart. He's watching his Detroit Lions play football and just being an all-around sweet guy. And then when the countdown hits 0 in a custom lobby for an ATL game, his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he sprouts demon wings from his back and rips off the heads of the poor Eastern European teenagers that he plays in this league. And when the game is over and he sees the victory screen, he just goes, "Oh, wow. Well, I hope he doesn't feel too bad. I'm sure he played really well," and then goes about the rest of his day. So basically, Smurf Kua 2-0, Bananas 5-1,
Yeah.
Bananas on top, Frogify to the playoffs. Let's go, dude. Let's get it.
Yeah, there's
that was an
there's no
insane
questioning.
monologue. That was insane.
You know,
that was
Bull,
awesome.
Bull, I would like to add to this. In certain circles, this phenomenon, Takua even has a certain name to him. Smurf Kua, the Slayer of Goobers.
He could be technically, if this happens, and if Frogify makes it to the playoffs, Smurf Kua would be actually pulling a reverse Goobers and saving a fan favorite team
This
from
is actually
elimination.
insane. This is so funny.
Yeah.
This is actually so funny.
The arc has come so full circle. I can't even believe it.
I didn't even realize that. That's actually, you're right. This
Last
is
season,
the exact situation because it's my team that is the gatekeeper, and it's Takua at the end to be the one to either deny or let them in, which is actually insane. So,
Yep, that's exactly it.
yeah.
And you know what's even funnier is that hypothetically, the Goobers could make the playoffs here, win through, and then have to play the Itty Bitty Banana Committee, where Smurf Kua could just strike them down again.
you know,
is
we
true.
unironically will have to give him the role, Slayer of Goobers, if this happens.
Might have to do so.
Takua. Let's see.
Let's see, indeed. Let's go over to the caster desk. Thank you, gentlemen, as I will be joined by Luolis over here. Mr. Luolis, welcome back, as we are about to see potentially the conclusion of this series, as we need, like I said, a 2-0 from Makoto to be able to get my team into the next series, or into the next stage of the whole fucking league. But if he doesn't do that, if he drops even a single map, then that means my team is utterly fucked.
Yeah. And imagine that if Takua wins one game, that would also mean that after having, what was it, like 7% chance of making the playoffs, it would be Frogify Rivendell getting the third place of the group. And after starting down 0-3, that would be quite a comeback.
Indeed. They are trying to make the Goober run actually a reality this time, as they are doing a pretty decent time of that so far, as they are looking like they might be getting thrown into the playoffs here, because they just need a single more win from the Itty Bitty Banana Committee to solidify Frogify coming in to the playoffs. And on the bottom right-hand side of the map, spawning for the Raynor Ruptors, needing a 2-0 in this game against Smurf Kua himself, it is Makoto. Top left-hand side. He was the gatekeeper last season, destroying the hopes and dreams of the hopeful Goobers trying to rise up from the bottoms of the group. This time, he has the chance to wave his hand away and let the Goober 2.0 team Frogify pass by and enjoy the gates of paradise in the playoffs. It is Takua, aka Smurf Kua.
So, paying attention, I can see that Takua, he's got his Nexus bound at 4, while his Scouting Probe is at 3, while Makoto, he's got his Nexus on 3 and his Scouting Probe at 1. So we already see a bit of difference in the hotkey setup on the players, which I can see because this is the Korean server and I don't have the Game Hard observer interface on this server selected.
This has got to be the first time I've ever heard a caster analyze the hockey setups of the two players as a point of what the difference in strategies was. Thank you very much, Luolis. Some very good insight there coming from the man with the default UI selected.
See, the thing is, I think it's fascinating to see like different hotkey setups of players.
I do agree with you on that.
Something we don't normally pay too much attention to, and since the both players are basically opening the same way, might as well pay attention to it.
I do agree with you. I actually love hotkeys. I'm like a massive fan of just mechanics and just how people use their keyboards and everything like that. So I do respect that as well. It does probably trigger me though to watch that from pool 4 players, as they are probably having some of the most inefficient hockey setups known to man. So thankfully I do have that turned off, so that way I can't be seeing those.
So a Robo coming from Takwa, and we have no tech choice from Makoto just yet. He's making more sentries right now. Nothing really special happening. How do you feel about Robo first in PvP?
I do like it. I was actually doing that a lot before it even started to get popular in the recent weeks. I do just kind of enjoy robo play in general. I like the different little aggressive options it gives you. I like the ability to just kind of stay defensive at the same time as well with a lot of early immortals and just be really strong and just not be able to be broken. So yeah, no, I do like the robo play. I did suggest Makoto to go for some robo play as well in this series. I think it's has some good opportunities. Unfortunately, he's gotten his robo extremely late this time around, which does kind of ruin a little bit of the idea of it. But we'll see what he ends up going for. As if it's a War Prism first, he is doing exactly what I tried to tell him. And we'll see what kind of damage this can get done. As we did kind of note that in general, Takua was a bit lazy on his early adept defense. And we thought that we could probably try and find some little avenues in, especially maybe with a prism as well. Could maybe find some damage here. So we'll see what ends up happening. He's going for the Twilight as well for the eventual glaive, surely. But unfortunately, Takua is just doing the same thing, but just faster. Which, again, is a bit unfortunate because Makoto, I think, just has been doing it later than he should have.
And Makoto, also, he hasn't built an Immortal at all. He's supply blocked right now. His Immortal is stuck. The pylon is not ready. That's really unfortunate for him. Is Takwa just going for like a 2-base Adept Glaive? Oh yeah, he's going for a Glaive Immortal all-in.
Yeah.
And this can be really strong. However, Makoto's got a War Prism with 2 Adepts going to the main of Takwa. This could pull Takwa back. This could pull him back if Makoto just micros the Adepts properly.
I think this is actually smart of Takua to not get drawn back by this, because I think he can just do a warp in eventually and defend against this. Although a lot of probes are getting killed off. We don't know exactly how many because these people did not host with the correct mod, so we don't know. It's going to be 5 killed in total here. So a nice situation for Makoto if he's able to defend. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't really keeping tabs with his hallucination scout, so he actually has no idea that Takua is coming here, except for just right now. But I think his army is still in a pretty decent size here to be able to defend as well with the battery.
Takua's 70-70 supply block. He can't reinforce at all here. And he doesn't actually have too many units right now. I think with another warp in, Makoto might just be able to hold this. He doesn't have a battery though. That's also horrible. Takua's Immortals putting in the work. New Adept warping in. Coming here, killing so many probes with the Glaive Adepts. And it's so close right now. Takua's Adepts are just so much stronger right now.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately that battery did get targeted down quite early for Takua, so Makoto does not have any more to reinforce. Nice target fire trying to kill that Immortal, but unfortunately the Adept account is just too high right now. Makoto floating a ton of resources here as he just doesn't have the gateway production to be able to reinforce and match what Takua has, as Takua is the one with the more warp gates on the back end proxied as well, and that will be a win for Takua, which means that my team is utterly fucked. And congratulations to Frogify on qualifying.
Yeah, that is quite an impressive comeback for Frogify, and obviously like that, I feel like just with like 1 shield battery, I think Makoto holds that.
Yeah. If he has just 1 extra battery, I think he's okay. And if he remembered to get maybe at least like 2 more gateways in the meantime, I think he would have been totally fine. The unfortunate thing is that he just totally forgot to just send hallucinations out to just like check what's happening. He would have seen that army move out so much earlier when the prism was coming across as well, and then he would have had much so much more time to be able to react and just to understand what he needs to do instead of getting so caught off guard by it.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that the play was still so good. Getting the Adepts in the main base with the Prism ended up killing so many probes and completely forcing Takua into an all-in position. So if he had just realized just a tiny bit earlier that that was coming, to get an extra battery, to get an extra gateway or two, and just focus on the warp-ins at home, I think he would have been absolutely golden there. But unfortunately he doesn't, and that means Takua does it again. Smurfkua back at it with the gatekeeping antics, and this time waving his hand on by to let Frogify in and push my team into the fucking mud.
So now that I'm looking at this, so this basically means that the deciding matches in the playoffs, the top match, well, we already knew it, but the top match is going to be Goblin's Bizarre Adventure versus Itty Bitty Banana Committee. The third and fourth match will be between May the Forge Be With You and Supply Block Heroes. And then, of course, we're having a very interesting game between the Goobers and the Kitty Cabal after this game on Bull's stream to decide who makes the third place to face off against Frogify Rebellion.
Yeah, gonna be some interesting times for the next series. A lot of things can bump around in the one after this on Bull's stream, so kind of curious to see what happens there. But yeah, that's obviously sad here that my team is now out after having what I thought was a pretty good, strong start to the season, especially getting a nice 5-1 victory earlier on in the season as well was very nice. So, I mean, we had 2 5-1s, in fact. We had 2 5-1s this series, or this season, but unfortunately getting bopped by Frogify 5-1 ourselves was the one that really did us under, and now we're looking like we might get 5-1 again, so we are just apparently the team of 5-1s, either giving them or receiving them this season, so, yeah.
Well, for the last hurrah of Raynor's Ruptors, one more time, the Peruvian Protoss player. He is 2-3 in this season right now. He could make it 3-3 to even it up. It is none other than Makoto, fighting for nothing but his pride and his team's pride. While in the top left-hand corner, we have the yellow Protoss player, the absolute fear of every single anti-Smurf player. It is 5-0 in the league right now, representing the #1 team in the group stage. It is Platinum Heroes Takua.
You might not recognize him with the yellow arm, but he is indeed a Smurf. He is indeed. Unfortunately for Makoto, this map doesn't really matter, as like you said, it's mostly just for pride, but it is still, you know, always good to try and get as many wins as possible on the board if you can. I'm just actually kind of hold up. So, okay, never mind. So yeah, even if he were to win this, we would still be 15-15 in map. What the fuck are these 3 probes doing down here? We would be 15-15 in maps, but that would put us at 0, which is what Frogify also is at, a 0 differential, and Frogify beat us, which means it then goes to head-to-head, which Frogify has beaten us, so that means we are just out no matter what. That is how the whole get-to-3 thing worked. We literally would be getting by with 1 single map by getting 3 map scores, or map wins today, but not happening. Will not be the case, unfortunately.
So just
you'd be
to
16-18? Oh, the thing's not up to date. Sorry.
Yeah, so also just to set up things for the upcoming match between Kitty Cabal and the Goobers. It's an interesting situation because if the Goobers win, they make it through. If the Kitty Cabal wins 5-1 or 6-0, they make it through. If the Kitty Cabal wins 4-2 or 4-3, low skill apologists make it through. So
Jesus.
That's a very interesting 3-way situation.
Yeah, wow.
Takua, he's going for the... You think he's just going to do the glaive thing again?
I mean, he could. It worked so well last game. I mean, why not try going for it yet again? As he's getting the Twilight Council behind it as well. And the Immortal, which, yeah, it looks like he's going to try for the exact same thing. Makoto, on the other hand, going for a Blink this time with, again, a quite late twilight. His tech buildings are very late, both of these games. He needs to, I mean, he definitely needs to realize that he should be getting those much, much, much earlier. He's also not using Chrono Boost in his main Nexus whatsoever, so, yeah, I think Mikoto does need to rework a little bit of his build order here to make sure that his tech is a little bit earlier and he uses his Chrono Boost a bit more efficiently as well.
Yeah, this is actually just the same build from Takwa. I don't hate it, honestly. Like, you've already confirmed the win for the series. Obviously, since these are replays, I don't actually know if Takwa played chronologically as the last, but let's imagine that he did play chronologically last. You've already won. You know you've already won. Why not just do the same build? Hide strats for the playoffs.
True. Yeah. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what we usually like to say. And I will not. Never mind. I am not going to say that. Yeah, if it's not broken, do not fix it. Takua is seeming like he just wants to do the exact same thing, even proxying one of the gateways as well. With some of the other ones in his main base getting... I don't really know why he proxies the gateways, to be honest. I mean, the first game I kind of got it because he was proxying like all of them to keep them a secret, to make it look like he wasn't quite all-inning. But the singular proxy gateway is kind of interesting here. But I guess just in case he maybe loses the prism, doesn't maybe trust himself to keep it alive here. Oh my god, the immortals could be blinked on. Oh, he doesn't have blink it finished yet because the twilight was so late. Oh, he could have had such a moment there. Oh, it's so unlucky.
I don't still hate this for Makoto. He's got 4 more Stalker warping. He has got a lot of Stalkers. He has the sentries. He could just blink on top of this and probably kill the immortals. He doesn't even need to blink. Oh, he's going for the warp prism. That might be a mistake. He's losing his sentries. One of the immortals is not actually doing anything. If he just had gotten the warp prism or the immortals, I think he would have gotten this. Now he gets the warp prism. He's going for the second immortal. He's losing a lot of Stalkers, but with a new warping, I think he might be just fine.
We have 3 batteries back at our natural. Why are we taking this fight out in the middle of the open here for no reason whatsoever after we forced the prism to siege? I think that was a massive mistake here from Makoto to try and go for that. I think the initial attack was good to try and focus the prism. I think he honestly should have blinked past the army to focus the prism in the first engagement and then ran away to the backside and either recalled or just blinked back up the other side and then just get back home to the batteries. But then to stick around and stay away from the multiple batteries and then to YOLO onto the prism again in the middle of the army was definitely a massive mistake here, and that's going to lead him with a relatively small army, but Takwa doesn't feel like he can actually go for the kill, even though his army is extremely large. We'll just go ahead and take the 3rd base much faster than his opponent and try to recoup his probe losses after cutting so many to go for the attack.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this for Makoto. Apart from the fact that Takwa seems to have a pretty solid game plan. Like, he had the Glaive Adept push with the Immortals. Now that it failed, he's got Charge coming, he has more Immortals coming, he's got +1 coming, he has Templar Archives coming. Takwa definitely has a game plan. He's following it, and I think in StarCraft 2 that's one of the most important things you can do, apart from just, you know, building units. He's got the shield battery as his natural, though Makoto is doing a nice job with the adepts. Oh, missing one of those probe hits, bit sloppy there, so not too many probes going down for Takwa. But yeah, I think Takwa's playing honestly really well, while Makoto's game plan just kind of seems off.
Yeah, again, it's like, it's the late tech is what really kind of screwed Makoto, I think, in the last game and this game as well, where he just, his opening build was just not super solid, and so unfortunately that did delay a lot of things and mess up a little bit of the timings and whatnot, and just affect just exactly what he has available later on once the push actually comes, which is unfortunate for him because it is a simple mistake to fix in the future to easily be able to get some of these games in a more convincing fashion. So it'd be a good thing for him to change, obviously, in the future for future games in the league or the in his latter games as always. So I do like the move that he went for with the double adept going into different places, though. It would have been nice if he obviously realized that the 3rd base didn't have any probes there and canceled them to save those 2 instead of suiciding them. But getting a lot of probes at the natural was also excuse me, also pretty decent and has kept the worker count even, despite the fact that his third base was so far behind. So he's still in an okay spot economically here, and he will eventually be getting charge and +1, but a little bit later than his opponent. The problem, of course, though, is that Glaives is still online, which means charge lots from him, honestly, maybe not the greatest choice. I honestly wouldn't have even minded it if Makoto rushed into Disruptors in this situation.
Yeah, now Tack was coming in Smurfqua with the multitasking. His 4 immortals. What can Makoto do with this Blink Stalkers? Absolutely nothing. The probes fighting against the Zealots, they're lucky that the Archon hasn't noticed them yet. But oh goodness, Makoto, he's falling back, he's losing. Actually, not as many probes because the shield battery has been doing a really good job with even the super battery coming in, blinking on top of the immortals. Makoto this is probably the best possible way for him to take this fight. He's targeting down the immortals one by one. Really nice fight for Makoto, actually. Oh my goodness, I did not think it would be this close.
Yeah, that was actually really well done. I mean, the focus fire was perfect, getting the nice flank off of everything as all the other units were just kind of stuck on the right side there. As Makoto is able to swing this fight towards his favor and will be able to kill off the entirety of the army while now having a massive supply lead of his own when it comes to that army size. But the workers are what is hurting him right now. He needs to go right now, and he needs to go full throttle. He cannot stop. He needs a prism. He needs more warpins reinforcing across the map to be able to funnel this down and try to get anything going for him. He's going to do that by focusing down the battery, which is excellent for him. Also has his Zealots getting on top of the enemy Immortal here, but unfortunately then pulls it away. Needs to make sure he can focus fire that down. Will be able to do so, and we'll see if he can maybe swing this towards his side.
Yeah, I think he may as well just do it, Gemini. I mean, he's killing so many probes. He's actually got such a huge army advantage. He's got 7 Zealots and 13 Stalkers against 11 Zealots and 1 Immortal. Like, that's not a fight you can take as Takwa. Takwa trying to warp in High Templars just to get a couple of Archons in.
Blink on it! Oh, why did he blink on the Immortal? Oh no! That's a 6 save from Takwa then. Also allows those 2 Archons on the left side to get to survive, and the Zealots are getting choked up on the top, and now they're going into the Archons, which will obviously get killed off. And a Warpin of Sentries as the play is an interesting one, unfortunately for Makoto, as those aren't really the best, but his army supply still is definitely larger than his opponent's. I mean, he's making this way more difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah, the thing is, Takwa still has, you know, a better eco, so Makoto, he's in a war of attrition where he's already behind. A second Immortal coming in, it's do or die now for Makoto. Nice Force Fields and the Guardian Shield might save him. But he's blinking back. That's not the play, because now we get another Warpin from Takwa, just more Zealots reinforcing to these Immortals, and I think Takwa barely has got it.
And that is indeed it. Smurfkua with the 2-0, just like everyone predicted. Unfortunately, for my team, will not be able to pick up a single map after that first Rambas win. So that means the Itty Bitty Banana Committee will be running forward as the only team in the league to go lossless. Congratulations to them, and of course also congratulations to Frogify on qualifying through map score as well, with my team losing. And commiserations to myself and my team, as we unfortunately just barely did not make the cut. We are unfortunately not moving on. So sad.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, Smurfqua 6-0.
That's wild.
He's gonna go against let's see, who's he going up against in the playoffs? He's going against Revo, actually.
That'll be interesting. That will be an interesting one, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what ends up happening, but I don't really, I don't know. I have nothing else. I am unfortunately out as well. My team is done. So sad, but it is what it is. Thank you so much, Luolis, for joining me here on this special midweek cast of the ATL. Not normally what we do, but we decided to go for it anyways. Any final little words here for the stream?
I'm just glad to have been here, and I hope to at least once more in the playoffs join you, as this was a bit of a shorter thing today, but yeah, I mean, it was fun seeing like these were some fun games. I think there definitely was a lot of, as the chat said, seesawing, like a lot of interesting situations. And yeah, I just had a good time, and I hope that you guys will enjoy the next series, which is going to be really important. And of course, after that, if you are interested in a game called Stormgate, then I will be streaming it after I finish eating and drinking coffee. So just know that that is also on the table.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Luolis. It is always appreciated, and I will see you later. Great. Let's go to the desk of analysts. I'm stupid. Congratulations, Bull. Congratulations, Bull Milja. What are you saying?
He's fucking muted.
What? Oh, Bull is muted.
Bull is muted.
I thought I was muted. I was like, I definitely didn't click the mute
I
button.
am here. I am here.
Congratulations.
I am here. Thank you so much. As if there was any doubt that a week where both I and Smurf Kua play, that we were going to absolutely blast away the Raynor's Ruptors. But I'm glad that the rest of ATL has seen the light.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Unfortunately, I think a lot of games here definitely could have swung our way. So a bit of an unfortunate series for our end. Honestly, we just needed 2 of those games to swing it. So unfortunately not the case, as the Itty Bitty Banana Committee is just apparently too strong. And I know that there's a meme in the Discord chat, and I will look at that later. But yeah, Aang, any final thoughts here on this series?
Well, I would like to specify that I have 100% win rate on my predictions.
Damn. You really
Unlike
are the
your win rate.
anti-November.
Unlike your actual win rate.
I mean, that's probably why I have the good predictions win rate. You know? Gotta balance the things. Can't be good at
That's
everything.
so true.
So true.
And this Pool 4 series was actually one of the most entertaining ones this entire league, I feel like.
It was pretty
Oh well,
good.
besides Echo games, like Echo is just the meme itself is
Yes.
still good.
I think the Echo Revo series was probably the best Pool 4 series of the regular season.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely. That first game was actually very good.
What
yeah.
else? I mean,
guess-
besides the fact that watching Pool 4 PvP makes me tear my hair out, that was fun. Thank you, Jenny, for hosting this middle of the week cast.
No problem. I do what I can for the people because I am the leader of the people.
For the people, by the people, with the people.
Exactly. I am the people's people.
Make ATP great again.
I try. Bull Milja, any victory thoughts?
Just, bananas stay winning. I knew when I helped have and draft this team at the beginning of the season that we were going to go far, and I'm glad to have been vindicated by that. Guaranteed a top 3 finish. Couldn't be happier. Couldn't be more proud of the boys. Just a good season. A lot of good memes with the team. Very happy with how it's gone. And excited to see how this last series of the regular season ends up.
Excellent. So yeah, I guess thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to be ending it here, and well, I will be ending the stream here. I will not be ending anything else. I'm not that sad that my team lost.
You need to be looking at the meme in league discussion.
He's gonna be ending it.
Is it that good? Should I look at it right now on
It's
stream?
really quite good.
Okay,
it's
hold up.
really quite good.
I just don't like showing my Discord on stream, so hold up.
Just
Let me
open it full screen. The
this, I
meme.
guess. All right, let's see what we got here. What? Why are they're frogs too? What is this from? What is this? Where is that from?
I think that might be. I don't know what it is, but it is hilarious. It is hilarious.
Find this.
I love that Zelly is still there.
Yeah, I know. Zelly has literally done nothing, and she's still in the team somehow after literally just Getting picked and then yeeting herself from the league a solid 2 days later.
So true.
She's the mascot.
Yeah, I guess so.
So true.
That's so funny. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me here. I'm going to be closing it out, and I will see you guys on another analyst desk in the future. See you later.
Goodbye, Gemini.
Excellent. All right, that's going to be that. Sadly, again, my team loses, but it is what it is. Can't win them all. We tried our best, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. We will be rating the stream of Bullmyalgia to get another final series, which has a lot of other implications on the Group A matches. So hopefully you guys will stick around to watch that. And yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to end it quickly here because I kind of just want to go. And play some Stormgate 2 and also finish watching Trap hopefully beat MaxPax because he actually took a game off MaxPax, which is crazy. And the first time he's done that since coming back from military. So I want to see if he can actually win the series. That would be so sick. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for another edition of the ATL. Not this weekend, as this weekend is the Tasteless Stormgate Showdown, which I will be casting. It has not been technically announced yet, but I am casting that. That is the leak. That is your leak right there. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.